in and around Inverclyde.
And today we're joined by Sheila Mackay-Jones. Hello Sheila, how are you today?
I'm fine, thanks David. Hi.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. You've been busy over the last couple of months, haven't you?
Yeah, very busy, yeah.
So tell us, what have you been doing?
Well, lots of different things. Since the turn of the year there, things are really moving very quickly for me. I applied at the last minute for the Danny Kyle Open Stage at Celtic Connections and got selected, so I was really chuffed.
For that. How was it?
An incredible experience and a real turning point for me, because I thought I would be so nervous, and I was nervous, but it was a different kind of nerves. It was a really excited nerves, and I would have got right back up again after I came off the stage.
So what did you do as part of that particular concert?
Well, I decided that I had 20 minutes to showcase my own songs, so I stuck to my own songs for that.
Good.
Because I really felt that this was my opportunity to let a wider audience hear my own work, and they did go down quite well.
Excellent, so you enjoyed it, yes?
I really did, yeah, it was a great experience. Can't thank them enough for giving me the opportunity, you know.
I remember last time you came into the studio, you were saying you wanted to do more live music, and
yeah.
Now you are.
Yeah, that's right, yeah, and I've been up to Celtic Music Radio as well, and
yeah.
did a full hour, I think it was, along with Martin Stephen Jones.
Oh yes,
who's also from Inverclyde, but we're not related at all. And we knew of one another for years, but had never met until we both, met up through Celtic Music Radio. Yeah.
So are you two going to be working together in the future?
Probably, yeah. I could see that happening, and I've started going to the boat club sessions, which Martin goes to as well, down at the Esplanade.
Stuart Anderson from Inverclyde
Stuart
Radio
Anderson,
runs the sessions.
Yeah.
Helps. He's one of the organisers of it. So you find that good?
Thoroughly enjoyed it. We went the one in January, thoroughly enjoyed it, and we went back last week for the February one, and it was even better.
Brilliant.
So I would recommend it to anybody really that is wanting to sing, but is maybe a wee bit frightened of bigger audiences or whatever, It's a very safe environment to start off.
Now, you started getting your work out there via CD, was that correct? Yeah,
that's right, yeah.
And you're noticing a difference between recorded music and live music. I mean, what are you liking best?
Well, I really enjoy both, to be honest. But I think that comes down to the good relationship that I have with Barry McPhail. It used to be called Life Injection Studios. It's the hub now down in Gourock. And he just seems to bring the best out of me. So I'm really grateful to Barry for that, because what could have been a very nerve-wracking experience recording isn't. It's incredibly enjoyable, and I just feel it pushes me on, and it also lets me hear myself, which I think feeds into my live performance, because if you're not hearing yourself properly, then you're never too sure how it's sounding to other people.
Right, so you've got to hear yourself.
Yeah.
Can that be quite a difficult thing to do? I mean, listen and try and perform to an audience as well? Yeah,
well, that was something really funny that happened at the Danny Kyle, because I had never done live performance with a monitor before.
Right.
And so I gave the sound people there a good laugh, because they just couldn't believe it. They asked, could I hear myself coming through the monitor? And I said, I don't know. I said, I've never had one of these before. And they just found that very funny. So that was a new experience for me as well, because normally when I'm doing live performance I wouldn't hear myself that well, so I was dependent before on my recording experience, just to know what level to sing at, what level to play at, and just to go for it and trust that I'm doing it reasonably well.
Yeah. Now, later on this month of March, you're going to be doing a concert. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I've actually got 3 booked at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm in Kincaid House on the 12th of March, and that'll be a St Patrick's concert.
Oh, brilliant.
And then on St Patrick's Day, I'm doing a concert in St Lawrence's Hall. So that's, anyone can go to that, and it's just a donation for the heating fund at the door. So
still raising money for the heating fund.
Yeah, that's an ongoing process because the heat just goes out the windows.
Of course. Is it a big building?
It's a massive building, yeah, and it's a listed building.
Right.
And there's very little that we can do to insulate it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just very difficult. The bills are incredibly high for the heating, and it's just a constant challenge to have enough money to pay the bills, you know. And then I've got a St Patrick's Day concert that's been booked for a year in the Mount Kirk for the Ladies' Fellowship there, and that's on the Monday afternoon, the 17th. And they booked that last year. Last year I did St Patrick's Day concerts in a few places, and I was doing a concert for them, and I asked did they want some Irish songs included, and they said yeah, mix them in. But they phoned me a week later after the concert to say we really loved the Irish songs, so can we book you for St Patrick's Day next year for a complete St Patrick's concert. So
brilliant.
Yeah.
So
that's a good, you know, I mean that just feels really kind of ecumenical, you know. It just feels really good to be doing that in a church that's not a Catholic church, and I think it's a great thing that, you know, that people are so tolerant of one another nowadays. I think sometimes we actually forget actually how far we have moved on.
Yeah, well, we've all got to work together, haven't we? We've all got to speak to each other.
That's right.
We can't fight and...
Yeah, I think sometimes people bring up things from the past, and it's not actually like that now, and they don't realise. Maybe if they went along, they'd realise that the churches are all working together now.
Correct. I mean, I've had Reverend Aaron Solison in a couple of weeks ago now, speaking about an event where all the churches were working together for 1 week, and everybody was going to each church each day of the week, and that just proves that all the churches in Inverclyde are working together. And Aaron says they've been doing this for years.
Yes, exactly.
Just people don't realise it. They're just trying to get a word out there to the community that this is happening, really.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So the Mount Kirk Church, I know that one well. That's just next to the Murderson Dam.
That's right.
Is that correct?
Yeah, it's the one just beside the dam.
Yep.
Yeah.
And how much is tickets for that?
Well, that's for their ladies' fellowship. So I don't know whether, you know, I think maybe people could speak to them if they wanted to go along, and they might be quite open to that because they might hope that people would maybe join their fellowship through it. I don't know whether they would be willing to be opening it up. It is, they're sort of having it as a celebration, a St Patrick's Day celebration, so, you know, they have a cup of tea and whatever, just like they did at St Andrew's Day. The first time I played there was a St Andrew's Day celebration. So,
There's different tickets left for there's different spaces left for the St Lawrence.
The St Lawrence is one, There's plenty of room for people to go to that if they want to go to that. There'll be a cup of tea, and it's just, as I say, a wee donation.
Yeah. How much money is the church hoping to raise for the heating? Is there a set amount needed over the year?
Well, I don't really know, to be honest, how much
just
it is for the year, but anything would help. Yeah, I mean, it's the bills are colossal. You're talking about thousands of pounds for the heating bills. So just anything, every penny counts.
It's important a building like that gets maintained so we don't lose it.
Exactly.
You know, it's a real part of our history, isn't it?
Yeah. It is, yeah. It's a Koya building. Koya was the name of the architect, and so he's quite well-known architect. But unfortunately, all the churches he designed didn't really stand up to the weather very well. Yeah. I think St Peter's at Cardross, which used to be a drug rehabilitation centre, was a Koya building as well. I might be wrong about that, but I think it was, and I don't think it stood up very well to the weather either. So Mr Koya could have done with maybe some extra training to make buildings stand up a bit better to our weather in the west of Scotland. Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed and Lawrence stays standing for a good long while.
Yeah. I mean, structurally it's a very sound building. It's just that the wind and the rain is sort of getting through a lot of dampness.
So what about St Lawrence's Church? For people who don't know, where would you find that?
It's at the foot of Kilmacombe Road, just beside the only remaining high flat in that area, which I can't remember. I think that's called Hoyk Court, but I'm not quite sure. So it's just there at the foot of Kilmacombe Road, and the hall is underneath the church.
Oh, right, underneath it.
Yeah, so the last concert that I had there, some people thought it would be in the social club on Ingleston Street, but it's not. The hall is actually underneath the church, so you walk down the right-hand side of the church to get to it.
Brilliant. Okay, and what kind of music? So you're going to be doing Irish music, of course, but is that a big part of your repertoire?
Yeah. I mean, Irish music has been in my repertoire since I was a wee girl. We went to Ireland every year for the whole summer to a farm, and I heard so many songs there at parties and in pubs, because Ireland has different rules from here, and whole families go at night to the lounge of a pub, and there would normally be a band, but also back then anybody could get up and do a turn, as they say. So, you know, people would put wee bits of paper up with someone's name on it, and the band would call them up to do a turn. And it was the same at parties. Everybody was expected to do a turn if you were at a party in anyone's house. So all the Irish songs that I know, that is where I first heard them.
Right.
Yeah.
And how many songs? How many Irish songs roughly do you have?
I've never counted them. I mean, I've probably got about 30 in this folder in front of me, but there's a lot more than that I know. I know hundreds. I wouldn't know them off by heart, but I do know hundreds in terms of knowing the tune, you know, but I would maybe need a wee bit of paper with the words sometimes.
so have you written any of these songs yourself? Or?
No, these are all traditional songs, or mostly traditional. I'm not sure, some of them I'm not sure about, like ones that have been recorded by Foster and Allen and Furies and Davy Arthur might not be traditional. Some of them they might have written. I'm not quite sure.
Okay. Well, I believe we've not got any of your Irish format music on CD, is that right?
No, that's a new project now for this year. I'm in the recording studio once a month all year, and on various projects, and one of them is Irish songs. So I'm hoping by the end of the year to have a number of CDs. Because I think when you're a self-employed musician, you've got to have lots of different products. Because if you want to earn a living from it, you can't just limit yourself to one area.
Yes,
You've got to have lots of different products that you can sell to people, and if you can keep the price low, people are more willing to buy, you know, as well. So
you've really got to be a brand, haven't you?
You have, you really have. That's the way it is now. Yeah.
So you've got to have your name, a logo on merchandise, as you said, like your T-shirts. Cups, what have you? That's how you really make your money. You don't make your money from the music, unfortunately.
Not so much.
It's the same
now,
with the big bands, of course, like the Stones and what have you. You know, that's the way it works, really.
Yeah, that's right.
So, just to give the listeners a wee idea, can you do a couple of bars from maybe one of your songs you'll be doing at the particular concerts you're going to be doing over the next week or so? Yeah,
one of my favourites. One of my favourites is I'll Take You Home Again, Kathleen, which technically people will argue and say it's an American song.
Right,
but
why is that?
The persona that it's written in is that of an Irish immigrant in America. It's traditional, and I don't think anyone really knows who actually wrote it.
Right.
But the chances are it was written by an Irish immigrant, and certainly it was written in the persona of an Irish immigrant. It's a special song to me because the farm that we holidayed on, the owner of that farm was Joe Dempsey, and his wife was Kathleen Dempsey, and this song was always Joe's turn at any party. So it's a really special song.
Okay,
for me.
Okay. When you're ready.
Okay. I'll take you home again, Kathleen, across the ocean wild and wide, to where your heart has ever been, since first you were my bonny bride. The roses all have left your cheek, I've watched them fade away and die. Your voice is sad whene'er you speak, and tears bedim your loving eyes. Oh, I will take you back, Kathleen, to where your heart will feel no pain. And when the fields are fresh and green, I'll take you to your home again.
Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Many thanks.
Thank you.
How long did it take you to learn the song?
I don't know when I learnt this song. I've known it all my life, as long as I can remember. And hearing Joe sing it back then, it was such a personal song for him, you know, and it's just always struck a chord with me. I really, yeah.
Yeah,
if somebody says Irish song, I think I'll take you home again, Kathleen. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for joining us in the studio today. It's been a pleasure. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about or promote here on Inverclyde Radio? That's that question, isn't it? Can't think of anything. I do have a slot available on the evening of St Patrick's Day if anyone's looking for a concert, because the St Lawrence's one is the morning, the Mount Kirk's the afternoon, so if anyone's looking for a St Patrick's night concert, I'm available. Just give me a call. Can I say what my number is? Please do, yes, of course.
It's 713413.
Okay.
Thank you.
And just remind us the telephone number once again.
713413.
And of course you're on Facebook and what have you as well.
On Facebook as well, and Reverb Nation as well, yeah.
Yes, well, thank you very much. I hope you'll come back and keep us up to date with how the next CD is going. Hopefully you'll have your Irish music onto CD, all going well, so keep us up to date with how that's going. And any other concerts as well, let us know about it. Okay. Come back in.
Yeah, I've got quite a few in Kincaid House. They're very good. I'm in there every month.
Oh yeah.
And it's just lovely, the effect that all the old songs have on the residents, because especially the ones with dementia, it opens up all sorts of channels in their brain, and it just brings them back for a while, you know.
And it's amazing what music can do.
Yeah.
It just takes people back, as you said, to a particular time in their life, and they remember it so well.
Yeah,
it's just powerful what music can do, isn't it?
That's right, and I'm hoping to be able to get some sort of funding to do a music therapy course soon, maybe this summer even, so that I can develop that side of things further. At the moment I go in and perform, but I could be actually doing music therapy choirs if I had a bit of training in music therapy, so that's another step that I'm planning to
So you obviously want to roll it out right across Inverclyde?
Yeah, I would make that available to any of the homes or day centres, or organisations working with people with dementia, Alzheimer's, any of those types of things.
Good. Well, just remind us once again the time, date and location for the St Lawrence's gig, of course.
The St Lawrence's gig should start round about 10:30 on Monday the 17th of March, St Patrick's Day. It's in St Lawrence's Hall underneath the church, and you just walk down the right hand side of the church, and St Lawrence's Church is at the foot of Kilmacombe Road.
Excellent. Thank you once again. All the best.
Thank you, David. Bye.
If you'd like your project or event featured on In and Around Inverclyde, drop us a line at studio@inverclyderadio.com.